Good afternoon, hello, and welcome to the Omni Coalition News Show, aka TOCNS. This show is an amalgam of strange, weird, bizarre, off-the-wall, and otherwise things you don't normally see anymore from most news sources these days. During a time of political overabundance and divisiveness, we present you with more unifying topics to discuss, for the most part. For links to the articles, the music done by Carrera, which I'm not sure if you hear or not, so I'm progressively increasing the volume. I can actually hear it coming out of my speakers slightly, so I don't know what else to do. And anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander, and today is Moon's Day, also known as Monday, November 21st, 2022. I don't know why I keep wanting to say August. Like, it's 77 right now. As you can probably see, I'm not entirely sure, I don't know. Anyway, let's get into the news, shall we? Starting from Rebel News, fashion house Balenciaga under fire for BDSM theme ad featuring children. Normal Stuff tweeted June Lapine sarcastically, going on to detail how the company had pulled its presence and advertising on Twitter following Elon Musk's takeover and pledged to crack down on child sexual exploitation. God, what kind of a world do we live in today? Balenciaga, the fashion brand best known for creating outlandish designs like shoes with melted plastic on them, has spurred outrage among parents over its latest ad campaign featuring a child with a BDSM-themed teddy bear. Ay, ay, ay. The high-end brand, which is often worn by celebrities Kim Kardashian and Bella Hadid, garnered no small amount of outrage over the campaign, with many pointing out that while the children photographed in the series had no idea the theme was sexual in nature, adults for whom the ads are intended certainly do. Also detailed by June Lapine, better known as YouTuber Shoe on Head, the photo shoot for their latest products includes, quote, very purposefully poorly hidden court document about virtual child porn, end quote. And then I've already read this section here. For further reading, please go to the link in the underbar of the description. Man, you know, in today's world, like, you know, and like, you know, I'm starting to feel like more and more I can't even express my opinion about this because then I'll get attacked. Like, as I said yesterday, as I said earlier during the history show, or I think it was yesterday, or at some points, the Omni Coalition's YouTube channel already has a strike. And I'm not going to say what it is, but you can probably guess because it's one of these BS bogus reasons. They don't tell you really what you said. They just said, oh, you violated something, blah, blah, blah. We want to deplatform you. Because, you know, yeah, reasons. God. But we do have a BitChute and a Rumble, so, you know, go over there, check. The link is in the underbar of the description before they completely shut us down. But yeah, this is just, this is absolutely disgusting. So, anyway, moving on up here, more from Rebel News. Post office sign triggers woke shoppers in South Australia. Due to our lighting and quality of poor photo background, we unfortunately cannot take Indian photos. I don't know if that has something to do with the background, like if you want to have like their background be the Taj Mahal or something. Let's see what this is. So, an Adelaide post office accused of discriminating against people from India was actually trying to help them, it has been revealed. Australia Post customers were up in arms over a city store that said it could not take passport photos for Indians. Pardon me. A sign outside the store said, due to our... Yeah, I already read that. It advised Indian customers to go to a different store at another location. People immediately accused the post office of being racist, asking why they had singled out Indians, not other nationalities. Others said the store should have used the money spent on the sign to improve their lighting. But Australia Post explained that photos for Indian documents had different requirements to Australia's, which meant numbers of passports and visa applications bearing photos from the Adelaide store had been dismissed. This had caused inconvenience and delays for people seeking approval for their travel documents. Rather than risk people having their documents get rejected, Australia Post staff had redirected Indian customers to give them a better chance of success. So yeah, not everything is backed by hate, guys. Like, you know, if you really want to figure, like, if you care enough to get offended by it, then at least care enough to ask why it exists. Then, if they truly are hateful, you'll figure it out. Or in this case, you'll realize you're the one being, you know, hateful. Like, yeah, it was like, you probably can't, like, explain everything. Maybe you could on that sign. I don't know. Anyway, I see in the live studio audience, we now have Lolykins. Welcome, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. Moving on up here. More from Rebel News. Breaking, Donald Trump's Twitter account reinstated by Elon Musk. This is nothing new, actually. This has been out for about a day or so, but, I don't do the news show yesterday. So, it says here, Twitter's new CEO Elon Musk reinstated former President Donald Trump's Twitter account on Saturday after creating a poll which asked users whether or not Trump's account should be reinstated. So let's see here. It says here, Musk made the announcement on Saturday evening after President Trump overwhelmingly won the poll's popular vote. Overwhelmingly? How is that overwhelming? 51 to 48? That's not really overwhelming. It says here, more than 15 million votes were cast during the 24-hour time frame, and 52% of people voted to have the former president return to the social media platform, resulting in Musk's grand announcement. The people have spoken. Trump will be reinstated. Vox populi, vox dei, Musk said on Saturday. What does that mean? So let's see here. Let's translate. Nope. The tech language. There. Voice of the people, voice of God. Wow. Wow. That's a powerful statement, but I agree. Like, I don't really know where to stand with Musk. With Trump, it's about the same thing. Like, although I distrust Trump even more, but like all these, very known, very popular, very influential, very wealthy people, keep that in mind, are in the public's eye in a positive manner. But I mean, like, what does things say about the Antichrist? He won't be someone everybody hates. So I see Lolykins is having trouble staying connected, so I don't know what's going on with her. But anyway, let's see here. The billionaire, SpaceX, Tesla, and Twitter CEO has not yet specified when Trump's account will be reinstated. But since Musk took over, he has spent no time reinstating accounts that were wrongfully banned, like the conservative satire publication Babylon Bee. And as always, please go to the links down in the underbar of the description. Why do I have so many DMs? Hold on a second. I have a lot of pings here. What's going on? Okay. So let's see here. I don't need this. Okay. Alright, false alarm. I thought something was going on in the Discord. So anyway, yeah, that's really interesting. And, yeah. Moving on up here, more from Rebel News. Carbon credit cards, the World Economic Forum's new climate agenda. On last night's episode, the Ezra Levant Show guest host Sheila Gunn-Reid spoke to Mark Morano, creator of ClimateDepot.com, about the World Economic Forum's plans to use the COVID template of micro-monitoring individuals in order to fight climate change. What? The World Health Organization has declared that climate change is the greatest health threat of the 21st century, and if the climate is left unchecked, we will get more COVID-like viruses. So good! Nature's changing, adapt, evolve! What are you trying to do? Stem everything so that way when something big happens, we'll just get annihilated? Like, come on. We need to go along with the environment. We are not above nature. We need to act with it. This is intentional self... what's the word? Extinction here. Quote, so if you don't support the net zero Green New Deal UN climate agenda, you are a grandma killer because that's not going to lead to more runaway viruses, end quote, said Morano. Yeah, you really are Morano. You morano. Like, wow, you really going to say shit like that? Wow. Wow. So, if you're with us, if you're not with us, you're against us. Do you have any idea? Well, I believe she does. She's probably knows what she's trying to do. She's just trying to trick all the people who are not in the know to go along with her crap to cause an extinction level event to the human race. Ay. Anyway, moving on up here from Oddity Central. Bankrupt former millionaire is paying $6.4 million debt by selling sausages on the street. A bankrupt former millionaire in China has been making news headlines for his plan to pay a debt of 46 million won, or $6.4 million, by selling grilled sausages at a street food stall. Not too long ago, Tang Zhang, a restaurateur in the Chinese city of Hangzhou, was considered one of the most successful businessmen in all of Xinjiang province. By the age of 36, he had already owned a chain of restaurants and had amassed an enviable fortune. But in 2005, Tang decided to invest a sizable portion of his money into a completely new industry, and things started going horribly wrong for him. Now, at the age of 52, the former millionaire finds himself over $6 million in debt, and he is working hard to repay every single cent by selling grilled sausages on the street. So, there you go. Put in the work, made some money, was doing good, made a poor investment decision, but he's still he's still pounding the pavement. Honorable. Very honorable. Anyone who can, buy this man a beer. Salute to him. Great guy, sounds like. Moving on up here, more from Oddity Central. The craziest hoodie ever made. You can see this right here. An up-and-coming fashion brand is selling Yu-Gi-Oh! Inspired hoodies that tells you, or that lets you become Yugi Muto himself when you zip it all the way up. I have a Murloc hoodie like that. Craziest hoodie ever made is a very bold claim, but it is one Unoriginal Ideas is going with for its first and so far only creation, a purple hoodie with the iconic head of Yugi Muto for a hood. Called the Yami Hoodie. The intriguing piece of apparel has been going viral on social media in China and other Asian countries, both for its design and its spicy price tag of $190. Well, you know what? Some people would spend that kind of money for that. I won't, but, I'm 35 years old and I'm not a weeb, so whatever. Anyway, moving on up here, more from Oddity Central. Pheasant Island, a small patch of land that changes country every 6 months. This is odd. Pheasant Island is a tiny island on the border between Spain and France that alternates ownership status between the two countries every 6 months, or every half a year, so twice every year. Located on the Bidosa River, the natural border between Spain and France, Pheasant Island is a deserted patch of land with a rather fascinating history and political status. It might not look like too much today, but hundreds of years ago it was where the 30 Years' War between Spain and France finally ended. The two countries sent a couple of their most important dignitaries to the island to negotiate, with their respective armies gathering on both sides of the Bidosa in case things went wrong. 11 years and 24 summits later, a deal was struck and Pheasant Island became the world's smallest condominium under the joint sovereignty of the two nations. Condominium. Yeah, condominium. So wow, so two nations own that land and they split custody. Okay, well that makes it sound like France and Spain are a divorced couple and this is their bastard child, so whatever. Politics, weird. Anyway, moving on up here from the Mirror, this is a little bit of alarming here. Richard Hammond says his wife's screams saved him from his near-death coma. Richard Hammond has spoken about being seconds from almost certain death and how his wife screaming in his ear actually saved his life. The Grand Tour presenter was on life support in 2017 after he lost control of a $2 million supercar in Switzerland, which left him in a coma with a frontal lobe brain injury. Luckily for the Daredevil, he miraculously survived the ordeal, but at one point doctors didn't think he was going to make it. Is this, this is new? Okay, no, this is updated. So, well, but this is still the 21st, so this still came out today. Richard, at the age of 52, has opened up about his bizarre brush with death and how he found the strength with his mind to regain consciousness after being just seconds away from dying. So this is a new report on a very old thing. So this happened a while ago in 2017, it sounds like. Well, I believe he's in good health, and I'm happy for him to be so, and I'm less alarmed if this is anything recent, unless it's talking about something that was recent. This is a long time ago, it says here. So, alright, well, anyway, I don't know. But Richard Hammond, you are beloved by many people, and please keep on keeping on. Don't do anything stupid. More from the Mirror here. Creepy yellow brick road to Fable Atlantis discovered on ancient undersea mountain. Here's interesting. The marine biologists soon realized that they were not in Kansas anymore when they made a remarkable discovery of a yellow brick road placed at the top of an undersea mountain near Hawaii. The scientists joked in a YouTube video of the discovery that it bared similarities to the iconic yellow pathway, while others claim that the rocks were reminiscent of the fictional world Atlantis. Who has joined us? It is Johnny B. Goat. Johnny B. Good. Nice. Welcome to the show. It says here, the yellow rocks that seem to resemble the yellow brick road are divided and placed at 90-degree angles to form a narrow strip. They also look like they were carved and arranged by humans due to the precision. Yeah, this is, I really doubt that this would be natural. Not entirely sure, though. So that's interesting. But we're finding things all over the world, all over the place under the water. Like, I am a strong subscriber to the belief that there was at least one, maybe multiple past civilizations that technology has been just lost to time. You know, maybe it was aliens, maybe it was a form of superior human being, like some kind of other species. I don't know, but something was going on before modern things that we know of was started with the Mesopotamian and all that stuff, Anyway, let's move on up here from Oopie. Danish brothers earn world record for Pokemon card collection. Holy crap. A pair of brothers from Denmark earned a Guinness World Record by amassing a collection of more than 32,000 Pokemon cards. Jens Aishoy Pren and Pierre Aishoy Nielsen told Guinness World Records they have been collecting the popular game cards for their entire adult lives, and their collection now totals 32,809 different cards, enough to earn the record for largest collection of Pokemon cards. The brothers said they have spent a lot of money on cards over the years, despite some words of disapproval from their parents. The brothers said their most valuable card, a first edition Charizard, is worth about $20,000 in the current market. That is incredible, and I just read the entire article, but what could you say about, this type of a story beyond that? That's still crazy. $20,000 card. I don't think I have a first edition. I'm not sure. I don't even know where my cards are. I think I gave them to one of my exes, or it wasn't an ex at that time, but yeah, don't give stuff to people. Anyway, from NPR, all we want for Christmas is Spam Figgy Pudding. This sounds absolutely disgusting. I've never had figgy pudding, and I like Spam, but it has Monsanto GMOs, and that's affiliated with Bill Gates, and yeah, don't get me started going down that rabbit hole there, but yeah, I mean, as someone who collects cursed food images, this definitely is one I want. So, yeah. Anyway, as the Thanksgiving and Christmas season returns to something like normalcy, perhaps it's time for new traditions. The mad scientists at Luncheon meat packager Hormel have one idea: Spam Figgy Pudding. The first question is easier than the second: what and why? Let's start. What is in this classic Spam? Pork, sugar, water, salt, potato starch, and sodium nitrate, which is a preservative. The new seasonal Spam includes additional fig and orange flavors: cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, ginger, and allspice. And as ever, it is shelf-stable in case of the apocalypse. So great! You can take this with you into the horrors of the Fallout world. Well, we already knew cram was a thing, but figgy pudding cram? So, yeah. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may be interested in, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your dose of let's see here. For your dose of odd, different, and otherwise unknown news, we stream Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific Time. For all of you and all of us, I am Xander, and until you catch us tomorrow, or if you're interested in history, we have a history show every day at 10 in the morning Pacific Time. Whenever you see us again, until then, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles!